I'm Carrie Sherburne, Senior Editor at What They Think, and I'm here with Ben Grossman, who's the co-president of Grossman Marketing Group. But Ben, you also have another venture that you founded called SwagCycle. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in addition to running Grossman Marketing Group, which is a fourth generation family marketing services firm, I launched with my team SwagCycle a little more than 2 years ago. What SwagCycle is a platform to help companies either facilitate charitable donations of their obsolete branded merchandise or work with us to upcycle or recycle those items. It's all about landfill divergence, keeping obsolete items out of landfills. And we've seen in our business when companies rebrand or get acquired or change marketing messaging, it often creates a lot of obsolete merchandise, logo t-shirts, water bottles, bags in a warehouse somewhere. Not only we've witnessed that with our clients, we've also heard anecdotally from other business partners that that's a real challenge. So witnessing that challenge, we built SwagCycle to become the solution. So we're a platform, sort of like how Etsy is a platform connecting artists with people who want to buy beautiful things. SwagCycle, we are a platform to help companies basically post the items that they have, the extra items, and then we either, if they are willing to have the goods live on in the marketplace, we will pair those items with an appropriate charitable partner around the country or even around the globe. We've operated in other continents too. If they come to us and say, hey, we have these shirts, but due to brand guidelines or other compliance reasons, we don't want those shirts to live on in the marketplace, but we really don't want to throw them away. We work with a network of our recycling partners to have those shirts shredded and turned into things like painter's rags, carpet pad fill, insulation materials, mattress fill, or if they're polyester garments, they might get ground down and combined with other materials and get turned into products like recycled yarns. From a standing start a couple of years ago, at this point, we've facilitated between $600,000 and $700,000 of charitable donations, working with charities like Dress for Success, United Way, Boys and Girls Club, Catholic Charities, YMCA as well. We've also kept between 300,000 and 400,000 items out of landfills, both facilitating to charitable partners as well as recycling initiatives. Some clients that we've supported from a recycling perspective include Amazon's AWS division, as well as a whole host of other large companies and nonprofits as well. Sometimes people reach out because there was a misprint on a good, and they feel badly about having them go to a landfill, but they're happy to have them be shredded, but they need to maybe perhaps have their logo removed. We heard from a large in-home healthcare organization in the Midwest where they rebranded and they collected all of the old branded apparel from their staff in the different states they operated in. And the reason why is because they provide in-home healthcare services, and they never wanted someone to ever pick up one of the vests at a charity and then go and impersonate one of their workers at someone's home. So from a compliance and safety perspective, they turned to SwagCycle and had those garments recycled. So it's been really enjoyable, and we're a nice environmental overlay to our industry. We've actually worked with a number of what you'd almost call competitors to Grossman Marketing Group. Promotional products distributors have come to us, and we've worked with them on behalf of their end clients on either charitable donations or recycling initiatives.
As well, I'll remember early on the shortage of masks and gowns and so on because they were not made in the US. And so there's been a huge resurgence in the country, in North America actually, of non-woven factories. So a lot of these materials could be shredded down or whatever they do to it to turn into non-woven materials for, whether it's PPE or even, I was amazed at how many non-woven aspects there are to a vehicle. There's like 40 different non-woven, like your headliner is a non-woven, for example. So there's an opportunity there too to use that aspect.
And we also helped a charity where it was a local initiative in Greenfield, Massachusetts called Greening Greenfield. It was a 4-H program where what they wanted to do was, it was a program with senior citizens where they were looking for old t-shirts to cut up and sew together and turn into bags. And we
Ah,
actually facilitated a very large donation of t-shirts from a large technology, international technology company, where they didn't need the shirts anymore. And we got them over to their program. And I believe we actually got them more than enough supply to kind of last them for quite some time. When we've worked with our clients or the SwagCycle sort of donors who come to the organization to help facilitate donations, we're very transparent about where the goods go. And to my knowledge, all of the donations that we've facilitated thus far have remained in the United States with a very specific stated use. So, an example, we've helped Dress for Success, which is an organization really known for outfitting women who enter or re-enter the workforce, and they provide interview clothing and interview training. And we connected with Dress for Success, and we facilitated a really high-end donation of bound leather notebooks to go to their women's professional networking initiatives, and also for items that these women use in job interviews, so that they can go to a job interview with really high quality items and feel proud and feel dignity and the respect that they deserve. And we're really, excited about being able to partner more deeply with Dress for Success. We've also worked with the Boys and Girls Clubs, facilitating donations of very high-end BPA-free metal water bottles. A large company, multinational company, didn't need them anymore. And oftentimes these kids, their parents, if they have parents, might not be able to afford a water bottle like that, the kind of item that we may take for granted. And so again, being able to leverage our infrastructure to get those items in the hands of people who need them most, where they're actually going to have use for them right away, is gratifying for us, but especially for the donors who come to us. We've had a number of repeat donors and repeat customers, and the testimonials and the feedback have been really strong. We're not necessarily sure where the future of SwagCycle is going. We know that right now it's we're providing this outlet for charitable donations and recycling projects for larger companies. And we're seeing increased demand almost for this bespoke, high touch waste management service. So we're exploring that a little bit more, having some conversations with some of these larger companies to assess market demand and interest. But at least for now, we feel proud of the impact we're making as of today.
I believe from talking to my people in the textile industry that this year, next year, and going forward, the whole recycle, upcycle, reuse, take back, all those programs are really going to gain steam because, especially as the younger generation comes into the buying market, they don't want, they don't want fast fashion anymore. They don't want the waste and the ridiculousness of that whole thing. So great work. And we'd love to stay in touch. And as you add new services and capabilities.
Your feedback about sort of a crackdown on sort of fast fashion and interest in finding second life for these items is totally spot on. I mean, I saw some interesting statistics that more than 6% of the waste stream in the United States is old textiles and clothing. And that includes sheets as well in the textile category.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of more than 80 pounds per person. And close to 95% of that could actually be recycled or upcycled or reused in some way. So it's just the tip of the iceberg. And as awareness gets out that it's possible to reuse and recycle these goods, we're hoping that we're at least part of the solution.